Hey guys, welcome to Black Angus Reviews. Came across this on Twitter from naboonews.wordpress.com. Seems kind of interesting, seems plausible given a lot of complaints we've had, The Phantom Menace, that they're just kind of rehashing major elements of the original trilogy. I'm not so against some of that, given that they're concluding the Skywalker saga. But in my opinion, I don't think they needed at all to announce an ending to it. I just think they don't want to have to stick to lore with the Skywalkers and stuff, and just want to go on their own. Whatever. Alright, so we're going to go through this. And remember, it's still a rumor for now, but let's go through this and see what you think. Alright, so using the coordinates found within the Wayfinder device, Kylo arrives in the unknown regions. Here, Kylo encounters Emperor Palpatine. How Palpatine is still alive and how he ended up in the unknown regions is still a mystery to me that I hope to learn more about in the next few months. Daisy Ridley said this will be explained in the film, but my sources on this tell me that this is indeed Palpatine in the flesh. Kylo and Palpatine's conversation apparently centers around ordering Kylo to find Rey and bring her to the Emperor with the goal of turning her to the dark side. Yeah, it's very much like Vader having to acquire Luke to come to the Emperor. So, you're seeing kind of what we generally complain about with J.J. Abrams, that he can't really create, he can just, intensify. Alright, continuing. My source specifically mentioned that Palpatine is very old and decrepit at this point, possibly on the verge of death. A little bit of Googling reveals that Palpatine is thought to have been born around 84 BBY, before the Battle of Yavin, making him in the neighborhood of 113 years old during this new film, Rise of Skywalker. His goal in luring Kylo to him and converting Rey to darkness is more or less to have Rey and Kylo inherit his new empire for them to rule it together. In order to facilitate bringing about this new empire, Palpatine has spent 30 years of PTO, I'm assuming pay time off, creating a fleet of Death Star destroyers. Which appear to be exactly what they sound like, Star Destroyers with Death Star tech mounted on them, giving them the capability to destroy a planet. Apparently, once this particular technology was unleashed 30 some odd years ago, that Pandora's box can't be shut again. According to my source, these Star Destroyers make up the quote-unquote Sith fleet that house the new Red Sith troopers that were showcased at San Diego Comic-Con. During a duel between Kylo and Rey, Kylo adds another wrinkle to Rey's backstory. He maintains that while her parents are nobodies, her grandparents, more specifically her grandfather, wasn't. Kylo tells Rey that she is the granddaughter of Palpatine. This explains his interest in bringing the random nobody from Jakku into the fold. Rey leaves Ahch-To and travels to the Sith fleet in the unknown regions. Eventually, the Resistance fleet arrives and battle ensues. Somehow, Rey finds her way to the Emperor, who has been waiting for her. Palpatine confirms that what Kylo told her was true. Apparently, after his defeat at the Death Star 2, Palpatine was shaken by the fact that he wasn't able to maintain his hold on Vader or seduce Luke to the darkness due to their familial bond. During the course of their conversation, Palpatine makes reference to his bond between Vader and Luke and likens it to his bond with Rey, hoping that whatever familial connection they have will be enough to win her over and become as strong as that of the Skywalkers. Rey is trapped in the Emperor's throne room, watching two opposing fleets battle while she helplessly gazes onward. It's at this point that Kylo/Ben reappears. How we get to this next part is still a bit fuzzy to me, but apparently Ben and Rey join forces and begin attacking Palpatine. Leia's lightsaber comes back into play when Rey and Kylo share the Skywalker lightsabers through their fight. I don't know if this was a typo or if he meant, say, Luke, or if apparently Leia has a saber. Don't know. At some point, the Emperor overpowers them both and supposedly kills Ben. There have been reports from other reputable leakers that Kylo kind of or sort of dies, but my source on this seemed pretty unambiguous. Personally, I think we'll just have to wait and see what we learn over the next few months. When it looks like all hope is lost, the ghosts of Luke and Leia show up to aid Rey. Together, they overpower the Emperor and end his darkness once and for all. The last thing I was told is regarding the final sequence of the film. I don't know why, but our heroes travel to Tatooine. During these scenes, it is supposedly revealed that Rey has cannibalized Anakin/Luke's lightsaber and Leia's to make one of her own that supposedly has a yellow gold blade. She buries the leftover pieces on the ground of the former Lars homestead. The final shots of the Skywalker saga allegedly echo from how the adventure began in 77. Our heroes gazing at the horizon, dreaming of the future as twin suns set in the distance. So yeah, those are the spoilers, supposedly. Weird ending for sure, if that's the ending. I know they're not supposed to be carbon copies, but I definitely don't feel any real semblance between Rey and Luke. And I'm not a Luke fanboy. I appreciate him, but that's not my hero from Star Wars. Anakin of the prequels was, and a more flawed one, but what have you. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know about this Leia thing. Wow. If anything, though, with them using Leia to cocoon herself somehow with the Force in Episode 8, that is an explanation for Palpatine. It's like, well, if Leia could react that way to being attacked, then Palpatine, but if that's the route they're going to go, then that does actually undercut Vader throwing him down the shaft. Not against Palpatine re-emerging, but if this is the case, then I don't know. And another thing, Leia being a ghost means she's dead. So I guess they actually kill her somehow in the movie, despite her having, using this Force Awakens footage. So I'm just wondering, this sounds crazy. Sounds very morbid to not just preserve her footage and use it for a totally different movie, but to make her a dead person after the fact you kept her alive. That's weird. Yeah, overall, this is... I like the idea that Palpatine's alive, actually, not just some, spirit or holocron or something. But if this is the spoiler, I'm not impressed. It's just more original rehash stuff, and it's just do something new. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. This was a wacky one.